I got a message at like 3 a.m. from this really hot guy. I show up, they are on meth. This one guy is just running up and down these stairs, saying words that like I didn't understand. So I immediately was like, oh, sorry, I'm gonna go. And his friend, who had stopped running up and down the stairs, came over and was like, oh, you're gonna leave? Okay, like I get it, we're on meth, so yeah.
Wake the up.
I don't think I really had expectations. I guess I was more like just curious to know what Grindr was about or even what the gay community was about. But what I came to realize is not as inclusive as I thought it would be.
There are guys that specifically look for younger people on there, and it's so weird that like it's not being identified as grooming at all when it's literally like a 50-year-old man talking to a 17-year-old.
Like if someone's gonna get taken advantage of, I feel like it should be me. I don't know why I felt that way. Like maybe there's a little kinky side of me that wanted that, but.
Oh, the first time I got on Grindr, I was 19 years old. It was a much different scene than it is now. Now it's way more accessible and used by people. So when I first got on it, it was way more about chatting and sort of a will you, won't you situation, and it didn't come to any sort of fruition. So it was a much different scene than it is now. It was considered sort of a super sketchy app that you wouldn't want on your phone, or you wouldn't want people to know was on your phone. The only people that knew you had Grindr were other gay people, and the only people who had Grindr were gay people. Outside of that, no one even really knew what it was when I first started on it. You're gonna see a lot of horrible stuff on there because it's a bunch of people who are looking to have sex, and no matter who you are, you're going to see something that excludes you.
Like misogyny, transphobia, homophobia.
People that are like, oh, no fats, no femmes, no Asians.
Tokenization, fetishization, grooming.
Say I'm only into white meat. You have people that they are just into trans people.
Only prefer mask for mask. It's like a lot of it is just like meme content at this point. Like I understand having preferences, but at the same time you need to be considerate of other people's like ways they identify themselves.
Just like a lot of really creepy older guys on Grindr that would like legitimately interested in like sleeping with 17 and 16-year-olds. It was terrifying. I had this one guy, he straight up told me he was into child pornography, that he had a lot of it like on his computer, that he had like pictures and videos, and he asked me if I was interested, and I absolutely said no. I was like, I immediately blocked them.
It's the kind of person who you don't want to be with and you don't want to have sex with, so at least they're just putting a red flag right there that you don't have to look any more into.
It's weird because like it's pretty common to just like be messaging with somebody, and I always keep it like super simple at first. It's always like a hey, how's it going? And then people will just straight up just be like, you're too fat. Or like, no, too fat. And it's just very direct, but some people will just like shy away from it or just like not respond, which I'm like, that's fine. Cause like, I'd rather you say nothing than like, you're too chubby for me. And I'm like, okay, got it.
Yeah, there's just a lot of negative aspects to it that don't really uplift the gay community or anybody in the LGBT community. There's just like a lot of power structures that exist within Grindr, like usually white, cis, older men. But there's definitely been just very ignorant comments directed towards me where I'm just like, being on here is not being respectful towards my existence or my identity in a lot of ways. But yeah, like transphobic or like tokenizing me that I was like very uncomfortable with. More than anything, it was just, I guess, like the push for me to like disclose any of like my body, which was just like unnecessary, I felt like.
Because it was a taboo app, which was part of the excitement of it for me as well. It was a part of learning about myself, because I'd already come to terms with the fact that I was gay, same-sex attracted, and I'd already had that journey within, and so it was sort of my initial push towards trying to make that journey go outside of myself.